Welcome back to Health Voices. We often believe we know what's healthy. We choose the salad over the fries, the fruit over the cake. But what if one of those healthy choices, a simple snack you eat every day, was the hidden culprit behind unexplained fatigue, persistent brain fog, and nagging joint stiffness? Today, we're diving into a real-life medical mystery that I find absolutely fascinating. It's the story of a patient named Lorraine, a sharp, active 72-year-old woman who by all accounts was doing everything right. She had no major disease, no official diagnosis, yet she was experiencing a slow, steady decline. She came to our expert today feeling tired, stiff, and losing her confidence. Her case didn't make sense until he asked one simple question. "What do you snack on?" She proudly told him she only ate healthy nuts. And that's when the mystery began to unravel. To guide us through this, we have Dr. Morgan, an expert in how nutrition impacts our musculoskeletal system and overall health as we age. Dr. Morgan, thank you for being here to share this incredible story.
Thank you, Sarah. Lorraine's case is one I'll never forget because it perfectly illustrates a crucial truth many people find hard to believe. For those over 60, your body's response to food changes dramatically. And some of the most popular health nuts can quietly become a source of inflammation, nutrient blocking, and metabolic stress.
And there's real hard science to back this up, isn't there? It's not just a theory. I was shocked when I read a 12-year study from the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, which found that certain nuts could increase the risk of major cardiovascular events in older adults by a staggering 48%. That's a peer-reviewed fact.
That's correct. It's not about demonizing all nuts. It's about being precise. It's about understanding which nuts heal and which nuts can, for some seniors, harm. This isn't about fear. It's about giving you the knowledge to make smarter choices because every single bite counts when it comes to maintaining your independence and vitality.
I love that. Knowledge is empowerment. So today, Dr. Morgan is going to walk us through the 4 best nuts you should be adding to your diet for brain, bone, and heart health. And he'll also expose the 4 nuts that you might need to avoid. And throughout our conversation, we will revisit Lorraine's story to see how one simple nut swap changed her life. Dr. Morgan, let's start with the nut you first recommended to Lorraine, the most underestimated nut of all.
Let's begin with the hero of Lorraine's story, the Brazil nut. When I reviewed Lorraine's symptoms, low energy, mild depression, the brain fog, they were all classic signs of a sluggish thyroid. She didn't necessarily need a prescription. Her body was crying out for a specific nutrient, selenium. And Brazil nuts are by far the richest known food source of this essential trace mineral. I asked her to make one tiny change, remove a couple of her other nuts, and add just one Brazil nut to her diet each day.
Just one? That seems almost too simple to be effective.
That's the power of concentrated nutrition. A single Brazil nut can contain over 100% of your daily required selenium. Selenium acts as a master switch for your thyroid. It helps convert the inactive thyroid hormone, T4, into the active form, T3, which is what your body's cells actually use. Without enough selenium, that conversion process is inefficient. A sluggish thyroid in a senior isn't just about feeling cold. It means a slower metabolism, leading to weight gain, higher cholesterol, and that profound, bone-deep fatigue Lorraine was feeling. Selenium is also critical for producing glutathione, your body's master antioxidant, which protects your brain cells and nerves from oxidative stress.
So you're saying this one nut was providing the exact key her body was missing to turn its own engine back on. What happened when she made that change?
The results were faster than either of us expected. After just 2 weeks, she called me and said, "My mornings feel lighter. I'm not reaching for that second cup of coffee anymore." At her 2-month follow-up, her blood tests confirmed her thyroid profile was rebalancing. She had lost 4 pounds without trying, and she reported sleeping more soundly. We didn't add a single pill. We just added one powerful nut. A quick warning though, more is not better. Because it's so potent, eating more than 1 or 2 Brazil nuts a day consistently can lead to selenium toxicity. 1 per day is the perfect therapeutic dose.
That is truly incredible. The power of nutritional precision. All right, what is the next nut we should be adding to our diet?
The next one is my favorite for cognitive health. Walnuts. Just look at a walnut half. It's shaped remarkably like a human brain with 2 hemispheres. And perhaps that's nature's hint, because walnuts have the strongest scientific link to brain health in seniors. They are uniquely rich in a plant-based omega-3 fatty acid called ALA. Your brain is about 60% fat, and it needs a constant supply of these healthy fats to rebuild cell membranes, reduce inflammation, and ensure neurons can fire clearly and quickly. One study published in the Journal of Nutrition found that seniors who ate a handful of walnuts daily for 8 weeks improved their information processing speed by a remarkable 22%.
22%. That's not a small difference. That's the kind of improvement you can actually feel when you're trying to remember a name or follow a complex conversation.
Exactly. And it's not just about speed, it's about protection. Walnuts are loaded with antioxidants called polyphenols that are capable of crossing the blood-brain barrier. They get into the brain and act like a cleanup crew, reducing the inflammation that is linked to cognitive decline and Alzheimer's disease. Furthermore, for the many seniors who struggle with sleep, walnuts can be a game changer. They are one of the few food sources of natural melatonin, the sleep hormone that our bodies produce less of as we age. A small handful an hour before bed can genuinely help regulate your sleep cycle. I often tell my patients, before you ask for a sleeping pill, try a handful of walnuts and turning off your screens.
Brain health, heart health with its circulation-boosting arginine, and even sleep. The walnut truly is a triple threat. Okay, what are the next 2 nuts that make the best list?
Next up is a powerful duo for your body's entire structure, almonds and pistachios. Let's start with almonds. For seniors concerned about bone density, almonds are a star player. A 1/4 cup provides a significant amount of calcium, but more importantly, it delivers a huge dose of magnesium. Magnesium is the gatekeeper for calcium. Without enough magnesium, calcium can't get into your bone cells effectively and can end up being deposited in your soft tissues, like your arteries, leading to calcification. So, magnesium from almonds is crucial for both bone density and arterial flexibility. I once worked with a retired carpenter who had stopped taking his daily walks due to painful leg cramps and balance issues. We discovered his diet was very low in magnesium. We started him on a daily handful of almonds. 3 months later, the cramps were gone, and he was back to his walks, feeling more confident.
The gatekeeper for calcium. That's such a vital concept. It's not just about how much calcium you take in, but about making sure it gets to the right place. And what about pistachios?
Pistachios are champions for blood pressure and eye health. They are naturally low in sodium and very high in potassium, which helps your kidneys flush out excess salt from your system, gently lowering blood pressure. They also contain 2 key antioxidants for your eyes, lutein and zeaxanthin, which help protect your retina from damage from blue light and oxidative stress. And there's an unexpected benefit I love. You have to shell them. That simple act of slowing down promotes mindful eating, which is a form of natural portion control.
I love that. Nature's portion control. Okay, we have our 4 heroes. Now, we must turn to the other side of the coin. The nuts that, despite their healthy reputation, might be causing problems. What's the first nut we should be wary of?
Let's start with a nut that looks elegant and feels luxurious, but can be a quiet saboteur for many over 60. Macadamia nuts. They are incredibly high in calories and, more specifically, saturated fat. For a younger, highly active person, this might be fine. But for a senior with a naturally slower metabolism, this dense fat and calorie load can lead to unwanted weight gain. More importantly, it can severely strain the gallbladder. When you eat a high-fat meal, your gallbladder must contract forcefully to release bile. If you have silent gallstones, which are very common in older adults, this contraction can cause a stone to get lodged, triggering intense pain. I've seen this happen many times.
So, a seemingly innocent snack could trigger a very painful gallbladder attack. That's a serious risk people need to be aware of.
It is. Furthermore, they are very hard, which can be tough on aging teeth, crowns, or implants. And because they are so rich and buttery, they are dangerously easy to overeat, creating a cycle of excess calories and gallbladder strain. My advice: treat macadamias like a rare dessert, not a daily health food.
That's a very clear warning. What are the next 2 nuts on the avoid list?
The next 2 are pine nuts and peanuts. Pine nuts, often found in salads and pesto, can cause a bizarre reaction in some people called pine mouth, a bitter, metallic taste that can linger for weeks and severely impact appetite, leading to unintentional weight loss. More concerning is their potential to interfere with liver enzyme pathways, which can alter the effectiveness of many common medications prescribed to seniors, from statins to blood pressure pills. And then there are peanuts. First, technically, they are legumes, not nuts. They grow underground in moist soil, which can be a breeding ground for molds that produce toxins called aflatoxins, known to be stressful for the liver. More commonly, peanuts are very high in omega-6 fatty acids. Most modern diets are already flooded with omega-6, which promotes inflammation. We need more omega-3s to counterbalance this. Peanuts tip the scales further in the wrong, pro-inflammatory direction. And for any senior on a blood thinner like warfarin, peanuts' high vitamin K content can interfere with the medication's effectiveness, which is a serious clotting risk.
This is critical information. The medication interference aspect is something I'm sure very few people know about. Okay, we've arrived at the number 1 nut to avoid. The one you said might be the most surprising. What is it?
The number 1 nut I advise seniors to avoid as a daily snack is the cashew. They look soft, taste sweet, and are marketed as healthy. But they are a blood sugar trap. Unlike other nuts, cashews are relatively high in carbohydrates and low in fiber. This combination can cause a rapid spike in blood sugar, followed by an energy crash and increased cravings. For anyone managing prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, this is the exact opposite of what you want from a healthy snack. But the concerns don't stop there. Cashews are high in compounds called oxalates. Imagine tiny, sharp crystals. In high concentrations, these oxalates can irritate the gut. And, more importantly, they bind with calcium in your digestive tract. This does 2 negative things. It prevents you from absorbing that essential calcium, and it can contribute to the formation of painful calcium oxalate kidney stones, a significant risk for older adults, especially those with declining kidney function.
Wow, so they not only spike your blood sugar, but they can actively block calcium absorption and potentially harm your kidneys, and they are in so many healthy trail mixes.
Exactly. They also contain enzyme inhibitors that can interfere with protein digestion. The verdict is clear. Cashews are fine as an occasional small treat, but they should not be a staple health food in a senior's diet. For blood sugar control, bone health, and digestion, almonds and walnuts are vastly superior choices. They nourish. Cashews can distract and detract.
This has been an incredibly eye-opening journey through the world of nuts. Let's do a quick recap for everyone. The 4 best nuts to add are Brazil nuts for thyroid and nerve health, walnuts for your brain and sleep, and the duo of almonds and pistachios for bones, blood pressure, and eyes. And the 4 to limit or avoid are the high-fat macadamia, the medication-interfering pine nut, the inflammatory peanut, and the blood sugar-spiking cashew. Dr. Morgan revisiting Lorraine's story, her transformation from just that one simple swap is a testament to how powerful these small daily choices really are.
It truly is. Her energy came back, her mind felt clearer, and she felt in control of her health again. It all started by changing one handful of nuts. It proves that your body after 60 is incredibly responsive. It's ready to heal if you give it the right building blocks.
And that is the ultimate message. Your body is ready to heal. It's about making smarter, more precise choices. So let us ask you, which nut will you add to your pantry this week? And which one might you decide to let go of? Share your commitment in the comments below. Your story could be the inspiration the next person needs. If this video helped you see your daily snack in a new light, please give it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe to Health Voices for more health wisdom. Thank you for joining us. Stay strong and stay sharp.